Alright, let's dive into this because it's a story that's got me thinking, and trust me, there's a lot to unpack here. So, Luke Fickell, the head coach of the Wisconsin Badgers, recently dropped a line that's straight out of a history book: burn the ships. Now, if you're not familiar, that's a reference to Hernán Cortés, who supposedly burned his own ships to force his troops to commit to conquering the Aztecs. Bold move, right? But here's the thing, Fickell's using it to describe Wisconsin's all-in approach to NIL spending, which has more than doubled for the 2026 season. Personally, I think this is a fascinating pivot, not just for Wisconsin, but for college sports as a whole. It's like Fickell saying, we are done playing it safe. We are going all in, no excuses. But here's where it gets interesting. Is this a last-ditch effort to save his job, or is it a genuine strategy shift? Because let's be real, Fickell's tenure at Wisconsin has been, well, underwhelming. A 17-21 record? That's not what you hire a big-name coach for. So, when he says burn the ships, it feels like he's trying to rewrite the narrative. But is it too little, too late? What makes this really interesting is the timing. Wisconsin's NIL spending is now over $25 million, an elite number by any standard. But this comes after years of fan frustration and a disastrous 4-8 season in 2025. In my opinion, this feels like a reactionary move rather than a well-thought-out strategy. It's like they finally realized, oh, maybe we should start investing in our players. But here's the kicker, NIL isn't just about money. It's about culture, about how you position your program in the modern college sports landscape. And Wisconsin's been lagging behind in that department. So, while the spending is a step in the right direction, it's just one piece of the puzzle. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture here. The Senate is marking up NIL legislation, and there's this sense of chaos in college sports right now. Nick Saban's been vocal about how the current system prioritizes money over player development, and honestly, I see his point. But here's where I disagree, the system isn't broken, it's evolving. NIL is forcing programs to adapt, and Wisconsin's move is a perfect example of that. But it also raises a deeper question, can smaller schools keep up? Senator Cynthia Lummis is worried about schools like hers in Wyoming losing talent to bigger programs with deeper pockets. And she's right to be concerned. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just about Wisconsin or Fickell, it's about the future of college sports. Are we heading toward a system where only the richest programs can compete? One thing that immediately stands out is Fickell's $20 million buyout. That's a massive number, and it's a reminder of just how much is at stake here. He turned down a one-year extension after the 2025 season, which tells me he's either incredibly confident or completely desperate. Personally, I think it's a bit of both. But what this really suggests is that Wisconsin's administration is giving him one last chance. And that season opener against Notre Dame at Lambeau Field? That's his moment to prove himself. If he fails, it's not just his job on the line, it's the entire program's reputation. What many people don't realize is how much pressure Fickell's under right now. Burn the ships sounds great in a motivational speech, but it's a high-risk, high-reward strategy. If it works, he's a hero. If it doesn't, he's just another coach who couldn't turn things around. And let's not forget the players here. They're the ones who have to perform under this new system. Are they ready for the expectations that come with $25 million in NIL spending? Because if they're not, Fickell's burn the ships moment could end up sinking him faster than he thinks. So, here's my closing thought, Wisconsin's move is bold, but it's also a gamble. It's a program trying to catch up in a rapidly changing landscape, and Fickell's the guy at the helm. Will it work? Honestly, I'm not sure. But what I do know is that this is a story worth watching. Because whether Wisconsin succeeds or fails, is going to shape how other programs approach NIL in the future. And that, my friends, is what makes this so fascinating. So, what do you think? Is Fickell's burn the ships strategy a game changer, or is it too little, too late? Let me know in the comments below. I'm all ears.